All right, welcome to Sims Reality Podcast. You can find us on Rumble, YouTube at Sims Reality. You can also follow us on Instagram and TikTok. We have a bunch of ladies here tonight, and we're going to talk about some interesting topics, okay? We're going to go around the table and do an introduction. We're going to start with you.
Hey guys, my name is Latoya. You can follow me on Notorious.
And how old?
I am 30 years old.
And single? Taken?
It's
Relationship?
complicated.
It's complicated? And what do you do for work?
I'm a PSW. I'm trying to become a nurse.
Yeah. And how long have you been doing that now?
I've been doing that for 3 years.
3 years, okay. And graduate from school, everything?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and what school did you go to?
So I went to Humber College.
Okay.
I met it.
Okay, cool.
I'm Star, and on Instagram you can follow me at Star from Toronto. I am also 30 years old. I was a property manager for Airbnb, and I'm looking to start up again and go bigger. Right now, I just finished school for business, and yeah.
And what school did you go to?
I went to Humber for business admin.
And you graduated, you're still in school? Or
I graduated last year, yeah.
Okay.
So, new graduate.
Okay, nice. And how about yourself?
Hi guys, my name is Cassandra. You can follow me at Cassandra Riley Lynn. I own a modeling agency, so that's what I do full time, and then I model myself. And I went to York University and I studied marketing and communication studies.
Sorry, I forgot. Are you single? Relationship?
I'm single.
Single, okay. And how long have you been single for?
I would say for the past year and a half, I've been single.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone for a little bit, but no, single.
Okay. And then, sorry, you were single, taken?
I'm taken.
Taken, okay. And how long? And married? Or?
No, I'm not married. I'm just in a relationship
And how many years?
for 1 year now.
Okay, nice. And he's older, younger?
He's older than me, yeah.
Okay, cool. And how about yourself?
Hey, I'm Jess. I'm an actor, producer, and photographer. You can follow me at Jessica Chin King on Instagram. And I am single.
For how long?
I'm freshly single, like 1 week.
Oh, so just like, and how long were you dating in a relationship before?
We were dating for only 7 months, but we were best friends for 4 years before that.
Okay. Yeah. And you do what for work again, exactly?
I'm an actor, producer, and photographer.
And how long have you been doing that for?
I've been doing it for about, photography is kind of new, so photography like 4 years.
Mm-hmm. Freelancing?
Yeah, I'm a freelance photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And the acting industry, around 8 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about yourself?
Hey guys, I'm Anna. You can follow me at Anna Eve Coach. I'm a coach for women looking to attract a healthy partner.
Yeah.
And I am single myself.
Yeah.
And I went to U of T at Scarborough, graduated with honors and high distinction, was going to go to law school. Thank God I didn't. And yeah.
And single, taken?
Single.
And how long? Maybe single?
Actually, I have dated earlier this year, so maybe 8 months.
8 months?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So let's get to the first topic, guys. I want to talk about if men and women can be friends, if there can be a platonic relationship between them. Let's go around the table. We'll start with you. Speak to the mic. Sorry, speak into the mic.
I don't think, honestly, it could work, but I think someone's going to catch you.
Yeah. And has that happened before?
Well, yes. Yes. I ain't gonna lie, yes, it has happened before. I'm not the one that caught feelings though. The guy did.
Which usually happens, but yeah, okay. And then what happened in that situation? Like, did he just like...
I'm not attracted to the person, so it didn't work out too well.
But why were you not attracted to him though? Was it because lack of status, lack of money, lack of... what was it? Because
I'm not attracted to the person, and I just see them as a friend.
But usually women are only... If women are not attracted to the person, it's because there's a reason why. Because if he's a high value man, the odds are you want to be with him. So was there something that was lacking with him? Was he just not working? Was he no money?
no money, no style.
There you go.
No.
There you go. There's always a reason why.
Yeah.
Women just don't be like, oh, like I just friend zoned him for no reason. You know what I mean? Like that never happens. That never happens. And so, how long were you guys friends for?
4 years.
4 years. Okay. And how about yourself, Star?
I do think that men and women can't really coexist as friends for a certain extent. It depends on the situation, I feel like. If a man and a woman are friends, then I feel like the man is probably kind of friend zoned and he's just waiting for his moment to escape that friend zone. The minute you show him like a little bit of weakness, like say you guys are out or something and maybe there's a one day where, I don't know, you just broke up with your boyfriend or something and you're confiding in him for help and he uses that opportunity to just swoop in
And
like a thief in the night.
And have you ever friend zoned a guy? And what's the reason why?
I definitely have, because they didn't have their shit together, in my opinion.
See, there you go.
So, yeah, it's definitely more than just, seeing a guy and just liking them at face value for their looks or whatnot. There has to be some substantial components to it to like make me want to invest in a relationship with them.
Yeah. Okay. And how about yourself?
I 100% agree with that, Star. Even for me, I've had in the past friend-zoned guys that wanted to be closer to me. And that's fine. Like you said, like as long as you give them that idea that you're not interested in pursuing further and that you just want to remain friends and build a relationship otherwise, then most of them will understand. Some may not, because they may have obviously caught feelings for you before. But I do think like it is a possibility for men and women to be friends.
In what circumstances?
Whether it's business relationships, could be business relationships, could be like.
But that's not really friendship, though.
I think it's still
business is business, right?
I think to me it's still a friendship. It's like you could like I have a friend that's really close to me actually. He's a guy friend, and we also become like within the same business line of business, if that makes sense. So I don't know. For me, and we hang out together. We've traveled together with groups of friends, which I think is fine.
My question for you is, if you gave him a call right now and said, "Hey, let's hook up," would he say yes or no?
I don't know. I don't think he would.
Are you sure?
Yes.
You want to try it?
No.
Because here's the thing.
I do not want to try that.
That's the reality of what it is. Like guys, strictly, there's a lot of guys out there that will play the friend zone just so that they can fuck the other girl. Like that's literally what the case is, right? And guys will stay in that friend zone for years and years and years, and they'll play that game. And then one day, they're hoping that like you slip up, and then they can like try something with you. But that's the reality of how it works. So, sorry, what's your thought on it?
Oh yeah. So I want to say that I believe that guys and women can be platonic friends, but I do think that there has to be a lot of boundaries there. Like just the guy will always maybe catch feelings or do something, but also I feel like a guy that only has girls as friends and not a lot of guy friends, I feel like that's a really like
red flag.
It's a real red flag. It's a really feminine dude.
A guy that has lots of girls?
Yeah, well, a guy that just is friends with like a whole bunch of girls but doesn't really have many guy friends. To me, that's like a guy that's intimidated by other men. And yeah, those are my thoughts on that.
I know he just has a bunch of side chicks.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, just
at that point he's pimping, right?
That's true.
And how about yourself?
Actually, this is so funny. I was just thinking about this because of something that happened to me a few weeks ago, where I think there is a potential for men and women to be friends if the man is healed.
Yeah.
He has done some work on himself and he's at the point where he can be friends. Like, and also there has to be boundaries, of course. But I also think from my past experience, just 3 weeks ago, I friend zoned 2 men. Both were actually a lot older. And yet they still, under the pretense of friendships, tried to then take it further. Even though I established them from the beginning, I'm not interested romantically, they still tried to court me and pursue me and then eventually weaseled their way in.
Yeah.
So sadly, they're not healed though. I think there is potential for men who are healed.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you guys my take on this. 2 things. The first thing is there's no benefit for guys to be friends with girls. There's zero benefit, actually. It's more benefit for you guys, actually, to have male friends, because when you guys go out, you get that male protection, right? And then you also, there's an expectation of, being a little bit boyfriend vibes, kind of. Sometimes paying the bill, sometimes, being chivalrous, all those things, right? And on the downside is you have to listen to all her bullshit sometimes when she calls about her man complaining, and you have to be the dude that has to hear about all that shit. So that's why a lot of females, if you actually look at it, they like gay guys for a reason, because they get that they get that, not masculine, but they get that man energy kind of, and that's why women divert to men who are gay, because they get that privilege of having that. And so what I would say to a lot of guys is that there is no benefit of being friends with a girl, because at the end of the day, you don't benefit from it, she benefits more. And that's just the reality of what it is. What do you guys think?
But how about if they have something to bring to the table?
Yeah.
What would a woman bring up to the table besides having sex and being a wife and cooking and all that stuff? What other privileges would it be to be friends with a woman as a man?
Maybe they have more connections than the guy does.
Yeah.
You never know. And maybe they
That's
want to
true.
use you
Connections in what
for
sense?
the connections, whether it's industry connections. That's
Yeah,
happened
but
to me before.
They could be an
They're like, oh,
opportunist.
you get backstage somewhere.
Yeah.
You're with this DJ, you're with this artist, you're
Hook
with
me
this
up, hook me
celebrity.
up. Yeah.
Can I get backstage
Yeah.
too? I've had guys message me, DM
too,
me, ask
me
me to
too.
be back there.
Yeah,
It's the same thing.
that is such a specific thing that you're asking for,
Yeah,
right?
but it's
I'm
like-
saying as an overall standpoint, when you're hanging out with the opposite sex, I'm saying the females benefit way more than males on every single occurrence.
I don't know if I agree. I mean, a man friend can still lean on a girlfriend for support in his relationship. Like if he's fighting with his girlfriend, he may actually want her view as a woman. So then,
Why would you ever want a viewpoint of a female's perspective
because
in a
you're dating a
relationship?
female.
Yeah.
Yes, but if I'm looking to get females, does it make sense to talk to females, or would it make more sense to talk to males who have to go out and get females? You guys don't really, go out and participate.
But we know what we want.
Exactly.
Do you guys really know what you guys want? Because here's the thing.
I definitely do.
There's a lot of single women here tonight, so
But that's because we're picky and we have standards. That doesn't actually mean that there's
no, it's
something-
because you guys don't really know what you guys want. It's because women like to be politically correct. They like to say something when really they actually mean something different. It's the same thing with wanting a man that's truly masculine and a man that almost regulates you and leads. Women don't like to say that. But that's just the reality of what it is. Women don't like men who are fragile. Women don't like men who are followers. Women like men who are leaders. And that's what goes back to my point about women saying that they want one thing, but then they say the other.
Wait, in what instance though? What do you mean in terms of the friendship?
No, I'm saying just in general. I'm saying women say the politically correct answer all the time because they don't know what they want half the time. And that's why if you actually look at divorce rates, it's actually 80% initiated by females. It's not males.
That's
Wow.
true. That I know, 100%.
Is that an
But
accurate
that's only
statistic?
because it is. I think it is, but that's only because I feel like we know what we want. We
Yeah,
know
we
what
do
we want.
know.
If we're not getting what we want, then we're gonna be bye.
At
That's
least-
exactly. And a man, they don't have the guts to basically be oh, okay, I'm gonna leave. They kind of wait for the woman to make the decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well,
And that's the problem.
Well, that's because men have a lack of options. You guys have a overabundance of options, right? That's why men will probably stay in shitty relationships because A, they're getting consistent sex from somebody. Two, it's because they feel like they can't get anyone else because there's a limited amount of options for men. If you look at dating apps have a 2 to 3 ratio, meaning that there's 66% men and 30% women on the apps. So going back to my point, what you were saying about why men don't leave relationships because they don't have the availability to even leave. That's why females like to boogie half the time.
I think they have availability. They just choose not to because it's convenient. Some and not all.
Well, only the top tier men, yes,
Yeah.
they have the options.
High value men.
But but that's 1% of the probably less than that, 0.1% of the population, right?
I hope not.
Let's actually go around the table. Okay, what's your ideal type of man? Salary, height, occupation,
Specific.
salary, height, and let's say age. All right, go. Sorry, speak as a mic.
Maybe a guy that's about mid-30s and up. Height, at least maybe taller than me.
What's your height?
I'm 5'4".
So you want a man that's 5'5"?
Well, at least 5'7". I said minimum 5'7" and up, even though 5'7" is kind of short.
And income?
Income.
Minimum.
Okay, let's be realistic here. At least 70K and up.
70K?
70K and up. We're gonna be a little realistic. Not everyone makes millions of dollars.
How about yourself?
Okay, so for me, I'm pretty tall for a female. I'm like 5'7", so definitely not anybody shorter than me.
How height? What's the height?
I would say I think 6 feet is pretty good. Or
Yeah,
like
that's a good number.
5'11", like because by the time I put on my heels, I'm about 5'10", 5'11", anyways. So.
And age?
Age, I would say 35 and up.
And income?
100K and up.
To what limit? 100, like give me a 100K and
Sky is the limit. I'm not gonna put a cap on your on how much money you make. It's just better.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
but I would probably say the range between 100K to like $1 million a year. I've dated
That's
between
a big,
that
that's a
range
big range.
before.
But
Yeah.
okay. All right. And how about yourself?
I would say, okay, so yeah, for sure, 6 feet and over has to be 35 and over.
Wait, how old were you again?
I'm 30.
Okay.
Yeah. What else? What are we asking?
And income?
Oh, income 100K and over for sure.
100K and over?
Yeah.
Okay. How about yourself?
So I would not date anybody younger than me. So as long as I'm 32, so as long as they're 33 and up, I'm cool with that. Height doesn't really matter to me. I'm 5'2", so as long as they're 5'2" or taller than that.
So you're okay with 5'3", 5'4", 5'5"?
Yeah.
All right, short kings. All right.
Yeah. I honestly, I love short dudes. I feel like they're really passionate and awesome.
And income?
And I don't know. As long as they can take care of themselves, as long as they're working towards something, they're not unmotivated. Like I've dated people who kind of just want to like smoke weed and like sleep in. Like as long as they're working towards something and they can house themselves and drive and do whatever, then I really don't know.
What's the ideal income though in this?
The ideal income, like ideally, like at least 100,000 a year, but. I mean, I don't know, because I feel like I'd be happy with somebody that was making maybe 50K a year. Like, I really can't say.
Okay. And how about yourself?
Well, in terms of age, honestly, I would be okay with someone a little younger, but not too much. Maybe 2 years, maybe 3 years.
You were how old again?
I'm 36.
36, okay.
I kind of like them younger.
Yeah.
But also open to someone older. So there's like a range. No one, honestly, it's more than the maturity level. It's hard to say with the age.
And income?
Income, I would say definitely 100K, because that's where I see myself in the future. So yeah, at least that and up plus.
Okay. So this brings me to my next point, actually. The ideal man that you guys want, you guys can search it up on a calculator online. It's called it's like a ideal calculator, right? The man that you guys want is 0.01% chance. Take that in. 0.01%. The odds of a man being that high of a caliber. And that doesn't even include looks. Doesn't include if he's overweight, skinny. Doesn't include ethnicity. Doesn't include any of that stuff. So
I'm still okay waiting for him.
So
I'm not settling.
So what that shows is that high value men are much more rare than pretty girls. You can find pretty girls anywhere, to be honest with you, any country. Overabundance of them, actually. Which brings me to my next point now. And what I want to ask you guys is, are you guys okay with sharing a man of that high caliber? Meaning that you guys it would be monogamous on your side, but unmonogamous on his side.
No.
No, for me.
Absolutely
No.
not. Loyalty is like
That's number one.
no.
yeah, the number one thing.
So even though that's the high caliber guy you want, you're okay with settling? Because the thing is, women don't settle. They only date their equal or above. Because
Yeah,
at the end of the day,
makes sense.
you don't want to date a man that follows. You want to follow. You want a man that leads. Am I not correct?
Yeah.
I would rather be single for the rest of my life than ever share a dude with anyone else. I'd
See,
rather
you say that, but that's actually not true though, because truthfully and honestly, women like to say that a lot, but when you get older and older and older and you realize that, like, you know, no marriage, no kids, all that stuff, that's when reality starts to hit you. The saddest statistic you can actually search up is females who are 40 and have no kids. You can actually see their happiness level and how incredibly low it is, because women biologically have that nurturing skill in them, which is wanting kids, you know, settling down, all that stuff, right? So what I was want to say is that you guys have this caliber guy in your head, but the reality is that a man like that is going to exercise his options, and he's going to obviously have different choices of girls, right?
Yeah. That's fine.
And like I said, you guys are okay with that, even though he takes care of all the bills. I'm talking about like a lifestyle where like you're just like, you know, you got.
The only way I'd be okay with that is if I'm like, if it's a two-way street in that sense.
A two-way street.
Yeah.
But that's haram though. If it's on one side and not the other, because realistically, females can't do that, and females won't do that. It's because females have a value that if a woman goes out and and kind of goes out and becomes promiscuous, it automatically lowers her sexual value. Whereas for men,
Wait, whose opinion?
based on men,
It's men's
But that's
opinion.
ridiculous.
Yeah, that's not men creating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
It's
but
2024 now.
no, but here's the thing though. It's actually not true though, because even females think about it too. I'll give you guys a prime example. This is what I was trying to say. Well, females, they say one thing, but then they mean the other thing. You have girls who say like, oh, have hot girl summer, you know, go out and have your whole phase and all that stuff. But the same girls that say that don't even believe that. They don't even want to do that themselves, because you guys know inherently that it lowers your sexual market value. Whereas for men, if you have men like, let's say, Hugh Hefner, Dan Brazilian, it's different, because the reason why it's different and why men are praised for having an overabundance of females and having multiple sexual partners is because it's difficult to achieve. Anything in this world that's hard to achieve, we respect, because at the end of the day, you have to earn it. Whereas a female, you can have, any of you females right now can call one of your guys on Instagram and he'll probably run to you guys if you guys wanted to like hook up or whatever it is. So what I was trying to say though is that is the difference between a man doing it and a female doing it. So are you okay with a man being fully, you know, promiscuous or whatever it is and having different options, and you being fully monogamous?
No.
So you still believe that you
Yeah,
wouldn't?
because I don't know. I'm at a point in my life where like I don't feel like I need to stand for that. So if I feel like I have to stand for that, I'd rather just like become successful and do things on my own and find somebody that's of my level, say money wise, like which would still be a substantial amount, and then just have someone that's loyal and go from there. Then to go with someone that's super rich, but I'm not happy because he's disrespecting me. Like,
But your definition of super rich is like $1 million, but you said a man that makes 100K.
yeah.
he's still
So
gonna-
basically, where I see myself as like that would be the starting point, because that's where I would start myself off of, is like trying to make 100K. So I wouldn't want anybody that's making less than that. So I would rather just, in that case, take someone that's just making around the same as me or whatever, and then just be loyal with him and just work on it together, and then to go with someone that's very, very well off financially, but is just making a fool out of me, like behind
But
my
your
back, I
options
guess.
are incredibly low, because a man that makes 100K and all those things that you want, 6 foot status, all that stuff, is very rare. And you just said right now that you wouldn't date anyone under. So now your dating pool even shrinks even further. Men like that caliber are not going to stay loyal to one girl. That's just what it is.
I know that.
100%. That's not
I
what it is.
know
Because
that. No, I don't think
men that
so.
need multiple women lack discipline. And
Discipline
I
for
know
what?
they're
Not healthy.
just discipline in life. Yeah, it's very not healthy.
how is it fair that when you guys were all younger, you guys got to choose whatever guy you want. You guys can be with multiple partners. But men who are aged in their 20s have to work incredibly hard to make a status for themselves. And once they reach 30, which is usually the peak value of most men, because they have their shit together, they're usually established, they usually have their mindset together, they have everything together. And at that age now, around 30, 31, 35, now they have the option to, see what's in the candy store and explore and see other options and be with different partners. My question for you guys is, why is it fair that you guys had your moments when you guys were in your 20s, but now when you're older, you're like, oh no, you can't have fun anymore?
Wait,
No,
we're not
they
saying
can do
that.
that.
They can do that. Yeah,
Go ahead.
100%.
Just don't get in a relationship. Get it all out of the system.
Yeah.
Get it out of your system
If
before
you're
you
in
come
a
to me.
relationship, you shouldn't
Get it
be
out of your
doing that.
system. And then
Yeah.
when you're ready, when you're serious and you're ready, let me know.
Yeah.
Get out of your system first. Do what
It
you
will
need to
never
do.
get out of your system. Men will never. A man like that will have an overabundance of options. And that's what I'm trying to say, is that that's something that you guys have to pick. It's, if you want to be with a high caliber guy, then you have to unfortunately share him.
But that's not true. Even with actors, you see like high caliber men and they're making so much money and they have one partner and they're in happy marriages for many years.
In the eyes of public, in the eyes of public, for
Not
sure.
just in the eyes- not just in the eyes of the
You don't
public.
think all these athletes and all these things cheat?
I do think some
It's
of them, but not
true.
all of them.
They
And I am
all-
They
still
all
willing
cheat.
to.
Every
Yeah, that's
man,
fine,
let me
but-
tell you guys,
Unfortunately.
every man that makes it out, doesn't matter like what profession it is, if you make it out and you become rich, you are not staying with one girl. That is
That's such a
literally
blanket
how it is.
statement, though.
No, it's because here's the difference. You guys see it from a different caliber. You guys see it as like, oh, I have so many options. I have men throwing themselves at me. Guys don't get that option. They don't have that flexibility that you guys have. Men have to work. I don't think you guys realize the average life of a man is incredibly lonely. It's actually insanely lonely. Most guys won't get shit. Most guys won't get no girls. Most guys won't get anything from most females. So when a man actually does make it out and he gets all this attention, you don't think he's gonna try exercising options?
Yeah, I think he will try, but I'm saying I'm still willing to wait for the one who doesn't. And I'm not just going to settle.
All right. I mean, it's fair enough. How about, well, you look like you're analyzing everything.
Wait, me?
Yeah.
I am. I'm just listening because it's true. Like, I believe with Anna saying there are men out there that do make money and that are loyal, believe it or not. There's obviously not that many, but there are some, believe it or not. So I do believe in that. I don't
you're
think
saying-
everyone's like not loyal. I
So-
think there are a lot of people that
So
are.
you're saying out of that 0.1% chance of finding the guy that you want, you're also going to have to try finding a man that's also loyal as well in that 0.1%.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, there's also loyal people. There are a lot of loyal people, believe it or not. Not everyone is not loyal.
It's a big world.
I'm not saying I'm not saying that there aren't. I'm saying the probability of it is incredibly low. And at some point in time, here's the thing, at some point in time, you have to look at it and think like, okay, this man checks so many boxes. Yeah, he hooks up with one chick, maybe once a year, twice a year. But at the end of the day, I have the house, I have the car, I have the status, I have everything. He's gonna, regardless of what it is, you could be with a broke dude and still get cheated on.
That's
So you might as well go with a rich
true.
guy and still cool
Yeah.
with it. Like, so what's the difference?
Guys,
I don't think I'll be cool.
Like, at least you're driving a fucking Benz,
But I
like,
don't think I'll be
instead of a Honda
cool
Civic.
with it.
Like that's the difference. Like, you're gonna get cheated on regardless. All guys, most
Oh, that's really
majority of men,
pessimistic.
majority of men cheat. Like,
Choose how you want
so
to be
why not
cheated
just be
on.
with the guy that you know he's gonna cheat, but in your mind, at least you got everything you wanted in life.
No. No, thank you.
So you rather,
Yeah,
so you
I'd rather
rather
be
just
single.
like, so you rather just like, out of
With
sight,
my
out of
9
mind.
cats.
Type of thing. Okay. So what do you guys seek in a man, like characteristics? Like, do you want a man that follows or do you want a man that leads? Let's go around table.
I need a man that leads. I think I'm too much of a girly girl to be leading a man, and a man needs to lead me.
Yeah.
I need that protection. I need that security. I need that leadership, everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, definitely with a man, I want to stay in my feminine energy at all times. So I would need someone that acts more in their masculine. Because if I have to be exuding more masculine energy than the male, my partner, then I think it's going to really offset the dynamics. So yeah, I would definitely want him to lead.
Okay.
But lead in what sense? What are we talking about exactly?
Lead in all categories, like, okay, I'll give you an example. Like, he takes care of all the bills. When you guys go out, he decides, like, hey, we're going here. It just has that caliber of a leader that most women crave, like an alpha. That would be.
Takes care of what bills though? Like going to
mortgage,
for pleasure, or for like
every bill you think of.
I don't believe in that.
You don't
like for me, I'm an independent person, so I like to pay for my own things. But if the guy, for example, like that I'm dating, is gonna pay for like a bill at the restaurant or like offer me things, that's fine. But I'm pretty independent, so for me, like I don't need him to lead in every single aspect. As long as he's like taking the initiative to lead in like some regards, then that matters to me. But I don't think he needs to lead all the way.
Well, do you want
I don't
a
know,
man?
that's just my personal
Do you
opinion.
want a man that's stronger than you, though?
What do you mean stronger?
Like physically stronger?
Of course, he has to look physical. I'm into fitness, so if the guy has to look a certain way,
Yeah.
I mean, she knows how my boyfriend looks, so my boyfriend looks hot. So he's
So-
physically like perfect.
And then you also said that you also want a man that's taller than you too, right?
Yeah,
So
of course.
I
My
guess-
boyfriend's taller than me,
yeah, okay.
so everything that I want in a man is what my boyfriend has.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Okay. And how about yourself?
My answer is similar to Cassandra's.
No comment.
Pretty much the same thing. I like
Drops the mic.
I like when it comes to control sometimes, but I don't know. I like leading in some senses. Like I like making decisions. I'm an independent person. Yeah, it's just pretty much the same.
Do you think women need leadership?
I don't think.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I think there's a lot of independent women out there.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women want to take lead and they want to kind of, be in charge sometimes. So it just depends on the woman. Like everyone's
Yeah.
different in that aspect. We can't really say.
in terms of relationship, or in terms of like your career and path and stuff like that? Because in relationships, I don't think a single woman wants to lead.
But we have to talk about what perspective are you, because there's so many different perspectives we could be talking about. We could be talking about paying for where we live. We can be talking about taking us like dining, like you mentioned, traveling. There's so many different aspects that you could talk about.
Well, I would say there's obviously the security of having a partner that can, keep you on track, someone that you can learn from, a person that you can pick your mind, because you obviously want your partner to be smart, right? You want your partner to be intelligent. And then you also want your partner to be financially stable as well. That's another characteristic. And then you also want your partner just to make sure you guys go to sleep knowing that there's no stress. Because in my opinion, women don't know how to handle stress properly. They get like too emotional.
Maybe some people, but not every woman.
Yeah.
I think it's important for the man to be able to provide, but it's not implied that he has to. I just have to know that he has my back in case I need him. I don't necessarily need him to pay for all of my shit. It's nice to be taken out. It's nice to be led and to be pursued as a as a female, but I don't need him to pay all my bills. I mean, it would be nice, but I'm not asking him to. I just need to know he can in case I can't. It's kind of
It's
like
kind
that
of the same thing,
security.
basically.
No, it's not. I'm not expecting him to, but it's important for a woman to have that inner safety to know that he can take care of her if something happens. That's the whole thing of being actually feeling really secure in a relationship.
So,
You know?
okay, so my question is, do you think relationships are 50-50 then?
No. I don't think it should be 50-50. I think the man should definitely have a little bit more of a I think he should be covering at least a little bit more in terms of initially courting her, like paying for dates, planning stuff. Yes, I think the man should be paying a little
I wasn't
bit
just talking about just financially. I'm talking about like in a relationship, do you believe in every aspect should it be 50-50?
But you have to say what specifically.
Like let's say
Just can't be.
let's say like you're taking care of
They can't be.
cooking, cleaning, household, let's say what else is there? Kids, yeah.
Well, I think it depends really on the relationship
Yeah.
and who makes how much money, because the person who makes more money is probably going to want to go back to work if you have kids. That just makes sense.
Yeah.
So then the person who makes less money might have to stay home and take care of the kids. So then it's not going to be 50-50 ever.
Well, my question, sorry, my follow-up question is this. Are you guys willing to submit to a man?
Define submit.
That means like be in your feminine energy. That means like cook, clean, be a housewife, all that stuff.
Yeah. I would.
You would?
Yeah.
No.
I would.
You wouldn't?
not entirely. Like I have my business. I don't want to just give that up. And I'm different than probably a lot of women. I don't want kids. So
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
How about yourself? How about you?
Us or me?
You could go for it.
Yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
No, I love my career. I love working. I also don't want kids.
there you go.
And I love when a guy cooks for me.
Submit means like you do everything. That's what you mean?
That means like that means like just being in your feminine energy. Like there's a lot of women out there that are like too masculine, and I think there's a lot of men that are too feminine actually. So that's where it's just kind of getting fucked up right now. Is that it's crossing too much.
But I agree. But you're also you're taking it too far to one side. Like submit entirely. I don't think it's entirely feminine to submit entirely. Like do all.
Yeah, no one really submits it. I feel like they like kind of like do it like if they want to,
Yeah.
and then they'll
No,
not
but
do
they'll
it one
do it.
day.
No,
one
but-
day I'll cook, one day I won't. One day he'll cook.
No,
You know
but
what I mean?
no, but that's not how it works. So if you're being with a high value man, then you should be able to take care of the household every day. You should be able to cook every day. You should be able to clean every day. You should be able to, if you want sex, you should offer that as well. That's what I mean by submitting to a man.
Oh, then probably not.
You,
submitting is not.
Definitely
It doesn't
not.
feel
why,
right.
why do you feel like you cannot? Because everything that you highlighted before, like wanting a man that is taller than you, wanting a man that makes more money than you, wanting a man that has high status, stronger, all that stuff. To me, that doesn't sound like an equal part. That kind of sounds like you're superior, I would say.
That's
I mean,
not.
I would say I am superior.
No, no, I'm not talking
superior
about.
as fuck.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about like the ideal man that you would want. Like that to me
Right.
does not sound like you're equal. That sounds like superior. So it wouldn't be fair for you to submit to that person.
Okay, I get what you mean. Right. Which makes kind of sense,
But you can't think of it as superior and inferior in a relationship. You're teammates. Like it's
you're working
together. It's like
together.
a
It's
conscious
teamwork.
relation.
There's no teammates
Yes,
when it
there
comes
is.
to that stuff. Like
That's not true.
I don't
I
think
disagree.
females actually understand that it does not like I don't. Okay, so going around the table now, I want to ask another question. If you're with a high value man that's already established, has everything going good for him, what can you offer to the table?
Nurturance.
support.
Yeah, making
Support.
him feel
Support
safe.
for what? These men have been able to carry themselves by themselves their whole
Sometimes
entire
these
life.
people that are doing the best that they can be doing need that support.
Yeah, they
You
need
don't know.
emotional
They might be going
support.
through tough times, whether it's family, personal, depression. You don't know what they're going through, so it's support. 100%. Number one, support.
And a
And so
lot of
you think that it's okay? You think it's best for a man to open up to a female?
Yeah, 100%. A lot of overachieving men also need emotional support because they're so caught up in their career and they're so stressed out. They need a place, they need like a woman to come home to that actually makes them feel like they can unload and actually just like relax in their presence.
I think you guys should actually really read some of the stuff online where men have literally opened up to their partners, and later on, weeks, months, years maybe, they bring that back up to them and they use it as an attack. And the crazy part is this: when they open up to their female partners, they feel like afterwards their partner, and it's truthful, their partner will look at them as less masculine. Because the truth is that if you are a fragile man and you're going through things and you open up to your woman, or you cry, let's say, in front of your woman, they will look at you as less a man. And that is the absolute truth. You can talk to many men and they will say the same thing. They rather talk to a male than go to their wife or their girlfriend or any other partner, because when that does happen, I'm sure many of you have experienced men crying in a relationship. It's probably awkward for you guys because you're probably not used to seeing it.
Not often.
Not really,
I
no.
dated like the most crybabies. Everybody I've dated.
But where are
has
they
been a
now?
crybaby.
There you go. There you go. Because women love masculine men. Women love men like Andrew Tate. Women love men that are alpha. That is the absolute truth.
Andrew Tate is a poor excuse for a man, and I'm gonna go public with this. But no, I'm sorry.
But going back to my point though, that is honestly the truth when it comes to that stuff. It really is.
No.
No, you guys don't.
I think
I don't think there's anything wrong with being emotional. Like
Exactly.
I think it's
it's
attractive
healthy.
when a guy actually like tells you
His
his
intuitive
feelings and his
emotions.
emotions.
I'm not
Like,
saying you can't talk about your feelings and like, hey, how was your day? Like, you're not dating a fucking robot. I'm saying, but what I am saying is like, you know, if he comes to you every day and he's complaining and you know he's like whining and he's like, you know, now I'm sad, I'm crying.
Well, that's
you
like
wont
draining with everybody. Like, I
Yeah,
feel like
not
even
just
women
men.
do that.
Yeah.
Girls complain
men
all the
will put up
time.
men will put up with that shit.
Yeah, they'll put up with it, but like somebody who's
Females will
crying all
cry for the
time.
stupidest fucking reason. Like, one day when I was in college, I just walked in and this chick is just crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She's like, my exam is so hard. like what the, like that's just the reality of what it is. Like, imagine if that was reversed. A man was crying, okay, because his exam was so hard. Would that not be completely different and
I think
completely
it's more
weird?
to it though. I think she was probably crying because she doesn't want to maybe let her family down that put her through to maybe get to school and whatnot. She doesn't want to like, maybe that exam was like a make it or break it for that course or something. Because I've gotten emotional if I don't get the good grade that I wanted. Because I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to do this course again, or I'm gonna, you know what I mean? I'm gonna let my parents down or something. Sometimes it's bigger than that.
But that only applies, in my opinion, to females. They get that vulnerability. If you see a man crying in public, it's fucking weird. And you know it's weird. And you know it's weird. And you know it's something that's like unusual. And something's wrong, or you know, something must have been
Yeah, but
horrible.
that's the whole toxic masculinity thing, is that men cannot show emotion, and if they cry, they're weak or whatever. That's bullshit. I disagree. I think that healthy men should show emotion, and it shouldn't be used against them.
No, you can cry. You just cry alone.
You can cry in front of your woman, your partner, it's like it's your person. You should be able to do it in front of her, and she shouldn't think less of you before that.
yeah, you shouldn't
But
be
it's
with her if she's thinking otherwise.
It's subconsciously ingrained in females because it's just biology. It's biological to be with the strongest, most protected man you can be with. Because at the end of the day, I always say this, okay? When you strip all this shit out of the way, society, capitalism, all that stuff, and let's say there's anarchy next day, you're going to find the biggest, strongest man to protect you.
Yeah, probably, but we're not living in anarchy here.
But going back to my point though,
Yeah.
humans are very primal. We forget that. We forget that we're very, very primal. And like I said before, when you strip it all out, you still get that true biology experience where like most females want a man that can, you know, provide, take care, strong, all those characteristics. And that stuff still stays today. It's just replicated in different various ways. Like now, instead of like being, you know, super powerful or strong, you can have money now, which is also a way of like showing that, hey, like I can provide for you, right? It's almost the same thing. Things haven't changed.
Yeah, they've
just been replaced. So,
but I think we've evolved. So crying doesn't mean weakness.
no, but I'm not saying it means weakness. I'm just saying like in the eyes of most females, when they see that, they trip out because they're not used to it. Because how different would it be in your guys' experience? Have you ever seen your father cry?
Yeah.
And how rare is it?
Very rare.
There you go. Because it's not something that is common that occurs in most men. And when it does, it's something that's unusual, and you probably remember the exact moment, exact time, everything that occurred.
Yeah.
So
it doesn't make it bad.
Doesn't make it bad. No, but what I'm saying is it's just seen as something that's when women look at that, it's just not something they're used to, and they feel uncomfortable, and they look at it as a less masculine trait. And that's the honest to God truth, no matter what way you look at it. And you can ask tons of men out there who have probably experienced that. But anyways, let's go on to the next question. Do you feel like if you're in a relationship, do you believe that you should have Instagram as a female?
Why not? Why can't we have Instagram? Is the question.
My question is why do you want Instagram if you're in a relationship?
I just don't see why you can't have Instagram. If you're building a business and you do social media for it, why can't you have Instagram?
Well, you're a social influencer, right?
Of course.
Okay, but I'm saying like the average chick, right? The average chick. Let's say the chick just has Instagram. what do you feel like why do you feel like you should keep it?
Well, they have friends. They have friends, connections that
Friends
they
and
wanna
family is on there.
So
continue.
you text your friends, you see their friends.
But you want to see their pictures. Why not?
You want to have a
What
portfolio.
kind of a life do you
send-
have? You
you
can't
send-
see.
you send your,
You want to
No
have
zest,
memories
like,
and go back to your memories.
you send your friends you send your friends those pictures. Like girls will be like, oh, like I don't want to post pictures, but like you have those pictures in your photos. In your photo library. Because I want to say this though, because it's different for men and females when it comes to Instagram. Because I can go on any of your guys' Instagram right now and I'll see a request box and I will see an influx of men trying to DM you guys. That is not what happens to most men's Instagram. It's not even close. And what I'm trying to say is that females typically, when you have that overabundance of options, right? Maybe one day you get into a fight with your boyfriend and you become vulnerable. One day you go on your Instagram, you go on your inbox, and then you see a guy that fits your caliber. Maybe, it could be just one guy that like someday just, you're vulnerable that day, and then bam, he slides in your DMs, and that's it.
What about if you're at Starbucks or like, I don't know, Tim Hortons or something and you see
Because
a
it's
high value man
because
walking to
it's
the coffee
not
shop?
because
You're
in
crying
person.
and you look up and you see this hot rich guy or something.
because it's not because number one, that's not common, and number two, it's not like it's often. Whereas like you probably most girls probably get DMs every day. Honestly, every day.
But not from high caliber men.
No, not from You're right. You're right about that. You're right about that. But here's the thing: they can fake it. They can fake it, and Instagram is all a charade at the end of the day. You could be posting pictures of Lamborghinis, and you don't even own a Lamborghini. So,
yeah, but high caliber men are not even on Instagram. Let's be real; they don't have time.
That's true.
no, I would say men like that are because it's at the end of the day, in my opinion, Instagram is a dating app. It's not even a social media app, to be honest with you. There's so many people who have been in relationships because of Instagram. Right? And at the end of the day, like I say this to females as well, it looks good when you don't have Instagram. It honestly does for most men. It really, really does make you look better.
I
I feel
like
like
men
it's
who don't have
suspicious if a
Instagram.
girl doesn't have Instagram or if a guy doesn't have an Instagram. I'm like, then what's going on here? To me, that's
Sorry?
I actually no.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
So, like in the past, I have asked guys for their Instagram and they refuse to give it to me.
well, that's a
Yeah,
red
because
flag.
they're probably fucking other girls.
or they have
That's
a
definitely a red
girlfriend.
flag.
They
Yeah.
always
Or
do that.
married
Yeah.
or
But that's
anything.
hesitant.
It could be anything.
Yeah. Why they can't give me their Instagram? Just
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah, okay. And
Yeah, that's not right.
I'm saying that it goes both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
yeah, but
Both ways.
but the thing is that men have to go out there and work to get it. Like having Instagram and all these social medias, you still have to have some sort of skill set. You have to be like a player almost to basically get these type of girls, right? You can't just be sitting there and like texting be like hey to every girl, because most girls are not going to reply. Whereas you guys, you just have a oversupply of men that are in your DMs. And you can choose as many guys you want because that was my point before.
I don't want any of them.
But yeah,
No, but that was my point before, though.
they're
Is this,
bold to even get in there.
because that was my
they're the ugly ones.
Yeah. They're the ones who have no game.
They stay there.
But that was my point earlier today. Was that I don't think you guys understand how lonely the average man really is. They don't get no DMs. They get no DMs. I'm telling you guys the truth. You can actually search it up. Men do not get anything at all. Most average men don't get anything. Maybe they'll get one chick, two chicks, maybe.
Because why? Like as a female, I'm not going into no man's DMs. I'm not doing that. I'm not
There you go.
DMing a man. Like that's just like I need to be pursued. I'm not gonna pursue the man.
But that's what I'm trying to say, though, is that like you having Instagram, you're allowing that to happen to you. Whereas a man has to
Potentially.
literally go there and work and get a girl off his IG. That's the difference. That's why I'm saying it's different when a man has Instagram and a woman has Instagram. It's completely different things.
Yeah, but women do use Instagram to date.
That's right.
And men do.
Yeah, men use it to date. Women use it to
I know
like.
a lot of girls that
show
have
off
accepted.
and,
You telling me
make
that
their
you've never
money
been on a
stuff.
date from a man that's sliding DMs? I can see it right there. You go. There you go. How about yourself?
I mean, like.
Yeah. There you go. There,
I mean, it
so,
worked out.
Actually, I'm sure.
there you go. So it is completely different. Completely different. I mean, do you guys even you guys are all on Instagram, right? You guys probably see it. You guys probably navigate through it, right?
We use it more to like, now I use it for content creation because like I model, I like want to get more into content creation and stuff like that. So I just use it as like a business tool to push myself as a brand more than anything.
Okay. So my next question for you guys is, what do you think men truly want in a woman? Like, what is the number one thing that most men actually want? We'll go around the table. Start with you.
I don't even know anymore because guys will say one thing. I would say maybe a foundation, a proper foundation, something that could be there for them. I'm not too sure.
It's confusing, eh?
I'm not too.
How about yourself?
I don't know. I would say that they definitely want like a companion, someone that they can, confide in for certain things, get opinions for certain things, like just someone that is there for them, like unconditionally, like supportive, understanding, and someone they can do stuff with, like build with, go further with, like travel with, like do activities and stuff with. Like no one wants to do those things by themselves forever.
Okay.
So
How about yourself?
I don't even know. It could be multiple things.
Wow.
It could be like a lot of things. I don't even know
Okay.
what to say.
How about you?
Yeah, just companionship, like pretty much the same as Star's answer.
Okay. How about you?
I think at the end of the day, ultimately, they just want someone who gets them, someone who can really understand them, and someone who can support them through life, through their hardships, someone to come home to, like have a home,
Okay. You're all wrong. So, so I just want to say that's the first thing I want to say. The number one thing men actually legitimately want is status.
Wow.
That is the number one thing. And I'll tell you exactly what a man wants. Let's say you're chilling with your boys, okay? And your wife comes and she's like, hey guys, don't worry about the mess. Do you guys want me to cook? You guys want me to make you guys anything? And then she goes back to the kitchen. Think about how good that makes you look. When you go out and you're chilling with your boys and they ask, hey, where's your girl? And you say, I don't know, she's at the fucking club. That makes you look bad. And it's the same thing actually with females when it comes to status. Because at the end of the day, when you guys get rings, when you want a ring, you want to make sure that ring is big. Like, hey, like my man got me this. It falls in the same category. Men want status because at the end of the day, men can live in a shack and be happy. But men buy houses, big houses, because it's for status. Men can drive a shitty car, but they drive a fast car because it's for status. It's the same thing with females and their partners. They're looking for somebody that can basically complement them, because having a woman is a reflection upon yourself as well.
Having a good woman is a reflection upon
Yes,
yourself.
having a good woman.
There's a big difference, though.
Of course,
not just any woman.
And that's what I'm trying to say is that most men think that they're with good women, but they're not, because they don't have any options to choose from, so they settle with whatever they can get. And that is a problem with a lot of men today, that they choose to stay in shitty relationships because they don't have the privilege of having different options to exercise.
But I thought we said that there is so many options. Did we not say that?
Yeah.
No, for females. For females, there's not like zero options for men.
Really?
Zero options. I can probably look at any of your guys' dating apps. Like, we've gone around this table before and we've asked girls what your when you first downloaded your Instagram, or sorry, when you first downloaded your Tinder or Bumble, how many people messaged. And this one girl on the left said about 5,000. Yeah,
Wow.
about 5. That's probably normal.
That's not normal.
maybe a couple thousand. Maybe I've heard girls say
Really?
1,000, 2,000. So
I don't know, I'm not really a fan of dating apps, so.
So that's what I'm trying to say. Going back to my previous point, is that is what men really do truly want. Because any guy that says like, "Oh, I want a girl sucking my dick every day," like that's just a kid, right? Like that's not like those are just men that are immature, right? You want a woman that makes you look good, because there's a lot of women out there that make their man look horrible, like the whole Jonah Hill and his chick, like. And then what's his face? Johnny Depp and Was
Amber Heard.
there you go. That made him look horrible in the beginning, right? But afterwards, you know, things obviously reverted, and now we know she's a crazy chick. But those are things that men actually truly do want, though. Is that? And I'm surprised no one actually answered that. Got it correct. But now let's go with what the females want. What do you guys want? like what's the one thing you guys can nail? If there's one thing you want to choose from that you guys want.
Loyalty. A guy that's loyal.
You guys loyal?
Security.
Security. That's an interesting one, actually.
Independent. Say.
So you don't want a man that's like dependent on you, like kind of diverting back to what we were saying before. No, kind of got you right there.
No, this is the thing. Do I? No, I'm good. Like with
Remember, you just said you wanted independent or dependent?
independent.
Independent. Okay.
Independent.
Okay. Because
I'm an independent person.
okay.
Oh.
That's why I said that.
Okay. And you?
A loyal, kind, and emotionally intelligent person.
I think security, emotional, and also otherwise being safe with.
Okay. Yeah, I would say like she probably got the nail in the coffin. I would say security is probably the biggest thing. I want to talk about something that's actually very interesting. What are you guys' thoughts on feminism?
You have to be more specific.
Like what? Okay, so do you guys believe in feminism? Like, is it something that like you guys support? Is it something that's that you guys believe in? Like, is it something you follow? Like,
There's so many different aspects to feminism. Like,
okay, so what's your?
I feel like I know where you're going with that.
What do you feel like?
Oh, I just know.
What do you feel like? No, I'm just genuinely asking you.
Because if we support feminism, then we should be paying for ourselves, and then we shouldn't expect men to pay for us or provide. But then if we don't, then it's like, you know, it's a double-edged sword. It is what you're
That's
taking.
not what I was gonna say, but
Oh, okay.
Okay, but
I mistook that. Sorry.
no, go on.
I'm going to pass on this one.
I don't even know my perspective either. I have no.
I mean, I think women should have rights. I think we
I'm
should
not
be
saying
able
that.
to work.
I'm not saying they're not.
No, how I feel about feminism, I do think that to an extent, I think, yeah, I am a feminist, but it depends how you look at it. Again, that's why I was kind of asking, like, in what sense?
Yeah, maybe elaborate on what you mean by
Yeah.
it.
Like, do you believe in it? Like, is it like something that you honestly truly believe that is something you support?
Start. Go ahead.
Honestly, I feel like society growing up, as I was growing up, they pushed that feminism. They pushed that a lot. And now we're in a society where everything's kind of messed up right now.
Like, we're taking it too far.
I think everything's kind of messed up right now because sometimes, you know, like I feel like people might perceive me as like that feminist type of girl just based off of like how independent I am or my lifestyle, whatnot. But at the same time, like I'm just a girl. Like I like to be in my feminine energy and just kind of also just take a step back. I don't want to always be that like forefront for stuff, for everything. And I feel like society pushed that ideology for a long time, and now we're kind of like in a weird space right now that it's very hard to navigate on both sides of male and female right now. It's very difficult, and that's why there's so much issues going on.
Fair enough. Yeah. How about yourself?
What's the definition?
Feminism?
Yes.
I believe it's like, actually, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's believing in female empowerment, believing in women's rights,
Women's ability to work, support themselves,
stuff like that.
make money.
That's the definition, then yes, I 100% support that.
Okay. I'll give my take on it.
Okay.
I don't think feminism is actually real, because the reason why it's not real is because it's an ideology that needs to be backed up by men. It can't exist if men don't back it up. So how can you have an idea if you can't back it up yourself?
Okay, elaborate. What do you mean they need to back it up? How?
Okay, so let's say, so when the whole Afghanistan thing happened, right? When American troops left, when Biden recalled them back, there were militarians in Afghanistan, right? And they were basically protecting a school from the Taliban. And then once all the troops got pulled out, these guys were just standing there and they're like, why the fuck am I protecting the school? I'm going to bounce. And all the females were like, no, you have to take care of us. You have to take care of us. And that goes back to my point, is that it's an ideology that cannot be backed up by females. It has to be backed up by males in order for it to work. Meaning that if females all came in together and males all came in together, they would get fucking slaughtered. You need men to back it up, and that's what I mean.
But what if all those women had AK-47s and they were strapped, and they had bulletproof vests, and they were fucking I go shooting. So if that was the case, why weren't they ready? If they were ready, then maybe they wouldn't be asking for the men's help if they had all the equipment needed to defend themselves. Yeah.
Women have horrible accuracy about everything. Okay?
We're very good. Okay. I'm very good with this. I could have been a sniper. You're telling me if there's a troops of women and a troop of males, who do you think is going to fucking win? There's a statistic shown that women are better shooters when it comes to search
women
it
are
up.
also stronger than men.
Precision for shooting. Search it up. Women are more accurate with shooting.
I don't know where you got that statistic. Men
search it up.
Have better okay, if you look at video games, that's actually to the finest. At the end of the day, men are better at video games. Men have better eyesight. Actually,
you can search that up.
Men
if I actually study to play, then
men literally have better eyesight than females.
So why are they colorblind? What the hell are you telling me? Why are they colorblind? They can't even tell me what color it is.
But what I'm trying to say is just it's just an interesting fact to state, right? Like if you go against men and females in any sort of kingdom or empire, the females will always get slaughtered, right? So that's what I'm trying to say is that it's just an ideology that needs to be backed up by someone else, and that's why I mean it's not really if you believe in I don't know. You believe in something, let's say you believe in an idea. You don't need anyone else to come in and help you for that idea. You kind of just believe in it, right? You can kind of just go out there and get people support and all that stuff, right? Whereas it's a little bit more different with feminism, right? That's all I'm trying to say. It's just.
Are you saying that men allowed feminism?
No, yes, I'm saying men did allow it, and I think the problem is that I think women ran with it, and I think the problem is today is that you have a lot of men who are not masculine anymore because they get shitted for it. They get shit for it. If you look at someone like Andrew Tate, right? That was a male figure that came out in public and was super masculine and all that stuff.
Yeah, but he was toxic masculinity.
What did he say that was toxic?
Oh, he said that I can quote that if a woman is older and she has slept with a bunch of men, why would you date a woman who's older where you can just get a virgin who's 20 years old and she's fresh and she's never been with anyone? So why would you date a woman who's older in her 30s who's been with a bunch of guys and is all stretched out and stuff?
But my question is, what is wrong with that statement?
Everything.
But what exactly though? Because at the end of the day, do you not realize that men value purity? Men have always valued purity.
It's maybe infantile men.
No, not
men
infantile
who are not
men.
Unhealed.
Not infantile men. It's because it's
a woman's value is not in how many men she slept or did not sleep with, and it's
to you. But for men, it does matter. That's why body count does matter.
No, I don't think so.
Because when you look at a man, do you not look at his future?
What do you mean as future?
Do you not look at, hey, is this person capable of taking care of me? Is this person a suitable partner for me in the future?
Of course, yeah.
Well, men look at a woman's past. That's what we value.
Men.
Majority of men. No, because it goes back to my point with status. Because here's the thing. If you are a woman who has been super promiscuous and a man sees that, it's status because it makes you look bad. Women that have been with multiple partners, it number one devalues you. Yes, it does.
I don't think so.
Because here's a standpoint about it is that it devalues you because men are very territorial. They've always have been, right? So when a man wants you, he wants you. But the difference is that when you've been with multiple partners, it's difficult because it loses that purity. Men value purity. That's why
some men.
No. This is why if you look at any sort of religion, culture, it has always been shunned with females who are promiscuous. It's in any context, the Quran, Bible, doesn't matter where it is. You can't tell me that's a coincidence. You can't.
This is true for unevolved men.
So you're telling me from the dawn of age, since the beginning of humans existed,
Yeah.
that every man has followed this path. And the reason why, it's because, again, when you look at when you actually look at it, right, from a different standpoint, the reason why women who were promiscuous were stunned in society was because when you slept with multiple men back then, right? Let's say you slept with 4 different guys and you became pregnant. Why would any man want to take care of you? That's not my baby. Bounce. She would perish. She would die. You would literally need a man back then to take care of you. And now, because of obviously paternity tests,
we have feminism now.
no, but obviously now because of paternity tests and all that stuff, you can tell who the father is and all that stuff. But in the eyes of God, it still doesn't mean it's not good, right? Whereas, like, if a man impregnates 4 girls, you know who the father is, right? So
that's a complete double
doesn't
standard.
make it right.
But that's why it's always existed, because I think you guys forget that it's only the Western culture that having one partner, monogamy, all that stuff occurs. If you go anywhere outside in the world, Dubai, you go to like the Middle East, you go to like Africa, all these countries, men have multiple wives. It's very, very normal to have. And so bringing back to my point was that that's why the comment that you said with Andrew Tate, it's justifiable for him saying that, because it's true how most men think like that. It is honestly true. Most men will tell you guys lies. That's the crazy part. Most men will tell you guys lies because you guys don't like hearing the truth.
No, I'm sorry, I disagree. A real healed man is not going to care how many guys you've been with. He cares about where you are right now, where you're going together from that point on. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And it's a double standard. Also, how many men sleeping with women? I don't care how many women he slept with. Because
we're different. Men and women are different.
We're different.
You have opportunities that I don't have, and I have opportunities that you don't have.
Yeah, that's fine. But it's where we're going together from that point on, not about the past, how many people he slept with or I slept with. Like, that doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter to you, but I'm saying for the majority of men, it does matter, yes.
I don't see an emotionally healthy and intelligent man asking me how many guys you have slept with. Yeah. I have not had that happen to me. Actually, none of my exes recently at all.
It's kind of a rude question.
Yeah.
Like, I find it kind of a rude question. Like, even...
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, like, from...
It doesn't matter to you guys, but I'm saying it does matter to majority of men, and you can ask majority of men and they will say, yes, it does matter.
Same thing here.
But they're not going to ask. I mean, on the bottom, maybe subconsciously it matters to them somehow, but it's not something that they're going to ask you, you know?
Well, they won't ask on the first day, like, hey, what's your body count? No, they won't ask that. But they will find out later on, and it might bother them.
I don't even know what it is, and who keeps track of that?
Well, that's okay. Well, actually, you should be keeping track of your body count. I'm saying, but like, but that's honestly what it is, because
it's not to say that like.
So hold on, wait, hold on. I want to say one thing. Would you want to be with a virgin, a man virgin?
Of course not. I'm 36.
Okay. You could go on the streets right now, and I promise you, you ask 10 guys, 9 of them will say, yes, I want a virgin.
I don't know why.
Because it's purity. Men value purity. And hold on, I want to take it a step further, okay?
Some men.
I want to take it a step further, okay? There's a reason why they value it, too. Now, imagine if you take this girl out to Italy, let's say, right? And she's already been to Italy with another guy. Automatically turn off. Because I'll tell you why. Because men like to have women that haven't experienced much in life. Because we want to show you the world through our lenses. We want to show you life through our perspective. But if you've already been with like 10 dudes that are rich, it just ruins the whole thing. It's like when you give someone a gift, or when you take someone to like a nice place, or you take someone to like a Lamborghini or like a private jet, you want to hear like, oh wow, you took me here? This is amazing. Like, guys want that reaction. But if you've already experienced so much shit, guys don't like that.
Yeah, but the world is big enough to experience more stuff you haven't experienced before.
No, but it just goes back to my point though about just, not experiencing stuff, purity, all those things. Men value that stuff. And you can say, I don't think men do it, but that's the absolute 100% true.
Like, I agree with you to an extent, but not entirely about the purity thing, especially not how Andrew Tate said it.
the delivery could be bad, but the message
was
is
really
still
bad.
the message is still there.
Well, he should
right?
have said it differently.
But I mean, here's the thing though. You say it differently, but then women, like, there's no way of saying it because, like I was trying to say, is that you guys probably don't like Andrew Tate because he says the truth because women get fed lies
But that's
very
not-
often.
that's
No,
not
the
the
thing is,
truth.
people take little clips from Andrew Tate's podcast.
That's
and
true as well.
He's trolling, and then there's like incels that take and say that's so true. But a lot of the things he says in regards to women is like actually really respectful
Yeah.
and really nice. Like, I don't think he actually believes that you should date a 20-year-old virgin over a 35-year-old woman with substance. Like, but then you see all these
No,
men.
he does, but okay.
Okay, but
He
still, like,
does, right.
there's a lot of guys that are like incels that will like use that as an excuse to hate women when really he was just trolling. He doesn't actually give a shit. And
To an extent, yeah, some of his clips are meant for
there's
entertainment.
a lot of dudes. There's a lot of broke dudes in their mom's basement,
Yeah.
just sitting there. I love Andrew Tate. Oh my god! Like, when really Andrew Tate would probably look at them and be like, "You're a loser, dude." Like,
Yeah.
go to the gym.
I'm not saying
Let's be real.
It's
I'm
so
not saying
true.
what you're saying was wrong. I actually think, truthfully and honestly, a lot of the onus falls on men for relationships because men are the ones that lead in relationships. And if they can't,
gatekeeper of the relationship.
exactly. And if
Yeah.
they can't lead, then what foundation do you have in a relationship? So the onus has to fall on the top, right? At the end of the day, it has to fall on men. So I agree with you 100% on men have to be better individuals. They have to be better financially. They have to be better people to be in a proper relationship. I agree with you 1,000% with that. But again, a lot of things that he does say about like the purity and all that stuff, it does hold some sort of truth to it, I would say, in all honesty. You seem awfully quiet.
No, I'm listening. No commentary.
I just feel like a lot of men that put down women like this, like who say like, "Oh, you're not pure, you're not this," like they wouldn't be able to get a pure woman anyway because she's gonna get scooped up by some awesome
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Those are not married.
Sorry, those
Those
are.
are the guys that are not married. The guys that found women.
Yeah, I agree. But what I'm trying to say though is that it still doesn't divert the core reason what I was trying to say though. It still matters to men about all that stuff. Even if you're not a high caliber man, it still matters.
Yeah, but you're telling me that a man is just simply going to choose a woman who's younger and has not been with that many guys over a woman who's older and actually has substance as a better match for him, and he's just going to choose the younger one because she's pure?
No, it's also because of beauty as well. Because the truth is that you guys all know that the strongest attribute you guys have is your looks.
Oh my God.
No, but it absolutely is true because men value appearance. That's the number one thing. Why do you think you guys?
Initially, not for
But
the
initially,
not for the rest of your life.
But most guys won't even talk to you if they don't
That's
find you
face
attractive.
value. That's what they see right off the bat.
Right off the bat.
Yeah, of
before you
course,
even
because
open
it's
your mouth.
biological.
There you go.
It's,
So-
yeah, but after that,
shallow.
there comes substance. When they start
Shallow
talking
men.
to the girl, and if she's an idiot, then I don't know how many men are going to want to pursue
Guys
that.
will still want to be with it.
Yeah, they're
As
going to
long
want to
as-
sleep with that,
hot
but not
bimbo.
to be with that.
I hear
Sure,
you.
but sure, you're right. Yes, they probably will
Short-lived.
want to sleep with them. But what I'm trying to say though is, it's still the attribute that matters is females' looks, and that's why I was trying to say. Where you were saying, oh, why would a guy want to be with a girl that's 20 years old, where it could be 36? Is because females that are younger are obviously more.
I love how you included
are-
my age in it.
No,
Thank
no,
you.
I'm saying just in general though. I'm saying
But they're more naive. Like they
Sure.
don't really
They're gonna
know.
sleep
like,
with the young one,
I
but they're
feel
not gonna wanna be
I
with
don't
her.
necessarily agree with like a man going for someone that young.
Yeah,
Like,
because
if
they're immature
If they're
then.
like older than like 30 something.
Yeah.
I feel like that's
That's
a bit
not
much.
right.
you
It's a
want
bit predatorial.
Yeah, definitely.
The
Like
thing is
Leo.
that men
Her
obviously.
brain's still not even developed yet.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that
She's a virgin, so that's even worse. She hasn't even gotten to like
sure.
get to know herself more. Never mind
But in your
be
eyes,
locked into a marriage or relationship with some older man.
but in your
Yeah.
eyes, you could be like, oh, that's disgusting. But most guys' eyes, they want to go for a younger
Because
girl.
they're guys. Of course, they're gonna say
The
that.
ones
Yeah,
who are again
the fuck?
unhealed,
Of course they're gonna say
unevolved
that.
men.
Exactly.
No,
Of course.
I can.
Of
You can
course.
talk to any man that's older, 30s, 40s.
They
If he
like
has
it.
an opportunity of having a woman that's in her 20s, he's gonna take it.
Because it's an ego thing.
It's not
They
an
love
ego
it.
thing. It's
They
because
love it.
Yeah,
women
because
just.
some men
They
just
can
want to
brag
live through
and
their
say,
through their younger
Oh,
girlfriend.
I'm dating a 21-year-old. Like I've had guys like brag to me.
Yeah, and I'm like, that's not healthy.
I'm dating a 21-year-old now. I'm
Yeah.
like, hey, good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck. Like, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. And then they come crying to me with the headaches. I'm like, yeah. I
She's
told you.
21 years old.
Yeah, what'd you expect?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, like
To
it's
choose your battles is what I'm saying.
choose your battles for sure. But I going just back to your point, that is the reason why.
Yeah, for some men. Again, not all.
Yeah.
I would say a majority of men, yes.
Okay.
I would say a majority.
There's a lot of blanket statement here tonight.
But honestly, though, this is why you should always talk to men, because the thing is about men is that when you actually do get to know, get into a deeper connection with most men are very truthful. Honestly, like even up front face value as well. Like if you ever talk to, have you guys ever chilled with a bunch of guys? All they do is make fun of each other.
Yeah.
All we do is fucking roast each other.
Yeah.
Think about it with females. This whole body positivity thing, thick is like beautiful and all that stuff. Think about all the stuff that they're sugarcoating to you guys. Think about all the stuff they're telling you guys. Hey, you are beautiful. You are this. I've seen so many girls say like, oh, you're so pretty. And the next minute, she's fucking ugly. Like females will lie to you guys. Females will lie to other females. And so the thing is that with men are very upfront. They tell you like it is. Because at the end of the day, there ain't no magazine for short kings. But there's magazines for big girls, yeah. There's magazines for,
Short kings.
But is that not the truth?
It's true. I have never seen a short king magazine.
There
yet.
you go. Because that's the reality. Men live in the real world. Women live in a completely false world, like where lies are just given to you guys, and you guys just accept
It's true.
it. And that's
I've
why,
accepted them.
and that's why when you have someone like Andrew Tate, you have someone like whoever it is that comes up that's so honest and direct, Kanye, let's say, people get so like hurt by that because they're like all they do is get fed lies. So when you get fed the truth, you don't like it, you retaliate. And it goes back to the same point. What I'm trying to say is that you guys like masculine men. But when a masculine man comes out like that, you guys want to shut him out.
Again, you're talking about two extremes. It's too extreme.
You can be masculine but still have respect.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that like he shouldn't be respectful to females. Like he can't just be like every chick's a fucking hoe.
And you can be masculine and not have to have a girlfriend who submits to you.
It's true.
But why would you not want a girlfriend that submits to you?
Because submitting is implying like she's a slave.
That's not what it is. That's not what it is.
Well, that's kind of what it sounds like.
That's not what it is. I think
Sounds like that.
I think the issue is that you guys think that everything has to be 50-50. But the issue is this. If you look at a chess field, a bishop and a knight are both worth the same amount of points, but they do different things. Completely different things. So you can have a partner that can be great at nurturing, cooking, taking care of the kids, and then he can be great at doing other things. But you guys come together as a team and you guys build something that's like a foundation, like a marriage.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm trying to say is that you can be submissive and still be in your feminine energy and still, be happy and
I
like
just don't like
still
the
be
word
confident.
submissive.
Yeah,
I think I can say feminine.
What other word do you want me to say? Like, do you want me to give you more lies, or do you want me to give the hard truth?
No, but
And
that's not the
what-
truth. Just because you do things for your partner, for the household, for as a team, doesn't make you submissive. Yes, you're doing things because you're exchanging things. It's an exchange. It's not submitting to somebody.
No, I'm just saying like okay, sure, it could be used in a different word, but I still think it's still the true definition still there. I would say, right?
Okay, I guess, yeah, because you're a team. So you're doing things for each other to grow together.
What do you guys think about this whole term, like happy wife, happy life? I'm curious to know. What does everyone think of it?
It means what it says. It means what it means.
No, but do you guys believe in that though?
Yes,
100%.
I believe in it.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, guys say it all the time, so clearly they believe
I ain't
in it
happy-
too.
So why is divorce rate so high then?
Because they're not making the wife happy enough.
Exactly.
Exactly. You're not doing enough.
Checking the boxes.
This is a new saying that should go around, okay? It should be happy man, happy kingdom.
Where'd you hear that?
Happy man, happy kingdom.
Where'd they find that?
Exactly.
No, because
I've never heard of this term.
and we're gonna make it a term because I'll tell you guys why something, okay? When your man's happy, you are going to be happy as well. Because men are okay with sharing their resources. When a man gets money, when a man gets status, he's going to look out and see, hey, I want to start a family. When a woman gets money, the first thing she says, I don't need no man. No, that's true. That's true. Is it not?
True.
She knows it's true. She laughed because she knows it's true.
I don't think so.
But that's what I'm trying to say is men are okay with sharing their resources.
I'm okay with sharing the resources.
She probably said it one time before.
It's like, where we flying off to? Like,
But that's what I mean, though. It's like men are okay with sharing their resources, and that's why, you know, you having your man be happy, he's gonna make you happy as well because he's gonna share everything that he has with you.
But I feel like that's the same way
think it
with
goes
like
both
with
ways.
the woman. If you're making her happy, then I'm pretty sure she's gonna hold you down and make sure that she's doing what she needs to be doing as your partner to make sure that you're happy because
Yeah,
she
but-
feels
exactly.
happy
But-
being with you.
But most men are not happy, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
Because
Most
they're
men-
not doing their part to make sure that she's happy so that in return it goes back and forth.
But if he's happy and he's doing his things and, you know, he's taking care of it. I'll give you a prime example. Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor is a perfect example. If you guys know who the UFC fighter is,
Yeah.
he was broke, but his girlfriend stayed with him. Dee Devlin, I think is her name. And she kept supporting him. She was like, you know, don't worry. I'll work as long as you get to fight. And he didn't work. She carried him. And then later on, he became one of the biggest UFC fighters. And, you know, she got the life that she always wanted. It's a prime example of, you know, making sure that your man's happy. That way, you know, in return, you'll get it 10 times more.
Yeah, but it goes both ways.
I think it doesn't though, because here's the thing. You can talk to a lot of married men and they'll say this to you. They'll say, I wish my kids came up to me and said, hi dad, how was your day? I wish my wife came up to me and kissed me and said, hey, how was your day? Most men don't get any appreciation for what they do. Think about all the things that a man actually does on a daily basis, fixes all the problems that you have to fix. Because at the end of the day, the life of a man is constantly fixing problems. If your man can't fix problems, he's fucking useless. Think about if you had a car that broke down and you didn't have anyone to fix it, and you called your man, and your man's like, okay, I'll come, and then he's looking at the car and he's like, I don't know what the fuck to do. You're gonna look at him as like, dude, like, what are you useful for then? Men constantly solve problems
Yeah, that's
every day.
part of being masculine. Masculine is problem solving.
It's exactly.
But
And-
there's a big thing going on right now because I'll be like, I need help putting my TV up. And I can reach out to 5 or 10 different males, and none of them can do the job as helping me put my TV
and
up on the wall.
are those 5 or 10 males, are they with you?
They don't have to be with
But
me
that's
to
what I'm
help
trying to
me.
say, though. But that's what I'm trying to say is that
I could have paid them. They still don't know how to do it. I still have to go on task rabbit. Like, what are you talking about? Pissed.
Okay.
Pissed. These men are not doing it. Like,
Fair enough.
I have to go on task rabbit.
Fair enough. Anyways, let's we're gonna wrap this up. What did you guys all think of the podcast? Any insights that you guys, any lessons you guys learned today? Anything you can carry on home with you guys? Hopefully, no.
I'm really familiar with like the red pill movement.
Yeah.
I know everything you're kind of saying.
Okay, but the red pill movement doesn't necessarily mean bad things. So it's also has a good amount of positivity as well. It's not just about shitting women.
I think it's better when it's encouraging men to be better, but not kind of telling women.
To submit.
Just like I think there's a lot of like negativity in it.
Like I said from the beginning, it stems from men fixing their problems first before you can even have females fix their problems, right?
I think there's a lot of inferiority here that you're referring to women as inferior in a sense, and I don't like that.
I'm not referring to
It's
women
meant
as
to be
inferior.
as a team. It's there's like I don't know. That's my thoughts.
I'm not saying it's inferior. I'm just saying, like, if that was the case and women are so happy with being a team, then why are women dumping men? Why are women divorcing men? And why does that even occur
Because
then?
they're not happy.
But why though?
Yeah.
There's something going on.
But why though?
There's always
Because-
multiple reasons.
But why though? Because here's what I'm trying to say before we end this segment. Why is it that in the modern day era there's so many divorces, but when our parents were together, things held pretty well.
No,
It
they
was a
didn't. They
force.
didn't talk about it.
They used to stick
So broken and they stuck together.
It was
But that's
frowned
what,
upon.
but that's what I'm trying to say
It was
though.
frowned
frowned,
upon.
yeah,
If
now
you
it's
do that, it was
different.
frowned upon.
But that's what I'm trying to say is
Shame.
that there were morals and there were ethics.
They were
And-
depressed.
And no. And
they were
and-
unhappy.
they were-
Now we have a choice.
Yeah.
Not true. Not true. Most
know we have a choice.
listen. Marriage is. You really think you're gonna love your partner every fucking second? You're gonna hate them.
Of course.
Statistically proven that the number one person that you're probably gonna die or get killed from is your partner. So it's
I
obviously
mean, only if you live with them. Only if you live with them.
So I
If you
mean-
don't live with them, then you're okay.
So I mean,
That
like,
life insurance.
it goes back to what I was trying to say is that like our parents, they didn't get divorced. They fought through it because they knew, hey, like we believe the core value of marriage. We believe that sticking it out when things get hard, all that shit. Nowadays,
But that's where we're so fucked up right now. All of the kids.
but hold on. We're fucked up because it goes back to what I was saying. Men are feminine, females are masculine. Things are fucked up completely.
It's messed up right now.
It's so
The
fucked
new
up, and
age
you
right
can't even
now,
change it now. It's so
mess.
deep. It's so deep rooted now, and that's just the truth, right? Like you guys all could say like, there's so many feminine men out there. There's so many men that are not, pulling up their pants and like playing the role. And like if a female by nature has to go through shit in life, she's gonna be automatically more masculine, right?
Yeah.
So
For sure.
So you're right. Like there is the red pill movement for sure, but there's obviously some good stuff in it as well. And I think like my whole core values and things I teach men is that you need to be better in order for you to get a high quality woman. You need to be the best person you can be.
I have a question.
Yeah.
What's a high quality woman to you?
Yeah.
Someone
high
who's
qual-
20.
And a virgin? Is that you?
20 and a
As
virgin.
long as she's 20 and a virgin, then
That's a check mark.
she could be like,
She has to be, and she has to be pretty.
She could be like, it doesn't matter.
types of
Body
fucked up.
positivity. As long as she's,
20 and a virgin.
No, I would say like I said before, it comes down to status, right? Like you want a woman that makes you look good. I think that's obviously the most
So everything that
important
we just said.
thing. Sorry.
So everything we just said.
In terms of what?
20 years old, a virgin and pretty.
And submissive.
And submissive. Yeah,
If-
can't forget that.
Well,
And asked how his day
it doesn't have okay, but it doesn't have to be like she doesn't have to be like 20. That's, like
20.
does she have to be a virgin?
Yeah.
ideally a low body count, yes. That because
What's a low body count to you?
Yeah.
Is that like,
like two
Wow.
two would
Okay.
be because
I would feel bad for her, but
well, at 20, then I guess, I don't
yeah,
know.
that's why. Yeah.
Maybe might go
there's
like
a lot of girls out there that
17 or
there's a
something.
lot of
I don't
girls
know.
out there that are 20 that have like 30, 40 body counts. Sex is so
The
like
20-year-olds
Oh my God.
nowadays is not like how
Yeah,
I was
it's
when I was
not.
20.
It's not.
It's a whole different.
I think we need to
set of
stop
people.
talking about body count in general. It's
Yeah,
completely
it's stupid.
irrelevant.
So stupid.
Like, in my opinion.
But anyways,
So
guys.
those 20-year-olds are not virgins anymore.
The 20-year-olds,
No,
they
unless
look
you,
like
you know
our
what?
age.
I wouldn't actually find a woman in the West. I wouldn't find a woman in the West. I would probably find a woman like overseas because they're
Because their values. And
no,
like,
it's
And
because
they're
there's
gonna
morals, there's
submit.
ethics, and yeah, they are more.
the cultural is more like
Like the culture is like like I
More
want
strict.
to like submit to my man. I want to make sure my man's happy. Whereas like here in the West, they're like as soon as they're not happy, they fucking bail.
That's not true. I care about my man being happy, but I also care about myself being happy.
That's true.
And I am my first priority.
Agreed.
You can't be you can't be happy with someone if you're not happy. You have to be
It
your
has to be
priority.
mutual.
And then yeah.
Yeah, but women like you can give anything to everyone. Sorry, you can give anything to most women, and you can give like the whole entire world, and they won't be happy. Like look
Yeah.
at look
Because
at
it's
what
not about the money.
look at what's his face. Not money. I'm saying about everything. Like you can have like the emotional support that you want. You can have like the greatest partner, but females were like, I just wasn't in love with him. That's the problem. I just woke up
then
one
that's the
day.
problem,
I just
yeah.
woke up one day and just wasn't in love. Like that's what females say.
Yeah, but some men say that too, and they go
No
and
man
cheat.
fucking says that. No
Yeah,
man
but then they
says
just go and
that.
cheat. But they go
No
and cheat.
man.
Don't say it.
No
Just
man
call
says
their
that.
next girl. I'm out of here. I'm not feeling good. All right. Where's she at? Because I can't deal with this anymore. Like.
But that's the truth. Come on, guys. Like, where do you ever see a man like wake up and like, babe, I don't love you anymore. I'm gonna go and see another
Yeah,
girl.
they're not
They
going
do
to
that all the
quickly
time.
leave because they know their
Yeah,
finances are tied up. So they would rather just call Lisa and be like, hey,
Yeah.
than just
they're
say,
going
oh, we're getting a
fast.
divorce.
They're just
'cause
not
it's gonna
honest
hurt them
about it. They
more.
go behind the woman's back and they cheat.
So you're saying that majority of men cheat then, no?
Yeah, but at least women are honest. They wake up and they say, "I'm not in love with you anymore." Okay, I'm out. But the men don't even do that. They just go and cheat.
Women cheat.
True, they
women
just try
cheat.
to stick
Women
through it,
cheat
but
way more than
really,
men, I would say.
Honestly,
You
I
don't think that?
know. I feel
Innocent
like-
little us.
I would say women are so much better at cheating because men,
is true.
Because men will just have their phone out and have like the text like saying, "Babe, are you hard right now?" Whereas like girls will have like secret codes and like they'll put their message as like the guy's name is Brad, but she names it Brittany. Like girls are so much more strategic with it.
I think guys are way better at cheating. I had a guy recently told me that it's so easy for a guy to cheat. Like he'll take an app and he'll talk to people on the app, and then when he goes home to his girl, he deletes the app, and then she can go through his phone, but he only has private conversations on that app. Like guys are.
That's just one smart man.
That's just
I
yeah.
think
She's
I
right.
mean,
I
that's just
would not
that's
be able
literally
to
just
figure that out.
that's just one smart man.
Oh, he was dumb as fuck.
Yeah,
But
someone probably
smart
put him
with
onto
cheating.
that idea because men, they're the worst with that.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
will get found out.
Yeah.
You tell your friend and their friend is already searching everything up in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, who's this girl that he added 1 second ago or whatever? It doesn't take much
Yeah.
for the investigator friends. For the investigator friends, they'll get that.
sloppy.
They'll get that done.
Very sloppy.
Women, on the other hand, I don't know.
They're smarter.
Women
like in
are
terms of cheating.
definitely
and
more
cheating.
strategic with it. for
Way more
sure.
strategic.
Yeah.
Way more strategic. But that means it's more like women are more shady then, you could say. In that sense.
Women will tell you
Generalizing.
that they're sick of your shit, and then once they're tired of like saying, "Hey, like, can you stop doing this?" Then they get to a certain point where it's like,
Wake up and be like, "I don't love you anymore."
Now, when they take their feelings out of it, that's when you're in trouble.
Yeah.
They take their feelings out of it, and they decide one day that they stop caring. Run. That's when you're in trouble, because when they stop caring, that's it.
That's it.
That's it.
It's over.
It's done. They will remind you and be like, please, like, why are you doing this to me? Da, 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 da. But once they finally figure out, like, you know what? I'm over this. It's hard to go backwards from that.
Never ran back to a man ever. That side says everything.
Like,
But I was gonna say, I think women try though. They try in
They
relationships
try so
that they've
much.
been in, and they try to like obviously still stick
Yeah.
through it no matter what. So it's not like they're not trying. They try, they communicate, but they don't get anything. And
But
then
give me like
obviously,
a context of like what you trying. Like is he like what, like smoking crack and you're like just stop smoking crack? Like what is it like what exactly is he not trying to do?
They do the same shit over and over.
like the
again.
same thing that you told them that you
Not to do.
didn't like,
And
that you guys
still
already
do
talked
it.
about it, whatever it could be. And they keep doing that, and you keep, like, you get tired. It gets redundant, saying the same thing over and over
Maybe
again.
because they know like that kind of like is your kryptonite almost.
Oh, so then,
Why are they doing
all
it?
right. All right, then.
Because
Kryptonite.
because at the end of the day, like I do you not think that relationships are all about power dynamics and that that in the relationship there's always gonna be one person loving the other person more, and the
No.
person who loves less is always in more vulnerable situation.
Yeah, and unhealthy dynamics.
Yeah.
But you don't think that's true. You don't think that like in relationships.
It's happening a lot
It does
nowadays, but it's
happen,
not
yeah.
healthy. It's
just,
because
but it's not
people haven't
the
healed.
way to go, for sure.
Yeah.
It should be
Really?
equal, but, you know, it's this real life, it's not necessarily going to be equal. Fantasy world, yes, it would be great for everything to be exactly equal.
I
but-
would say this before we end the segment. I would say this is that I think if you're trying to build something special, let's say you're trying to build like a business or you're trying to make a lot of
Yeah.
money, I would say being in love with a girl is probably the worst thing you can do. I don't think men should ever really, if they're building something special, should never fall in love with a female, because when you fall in love, you become not logical anymore. Like there's a lot of men that do stupid shit when they're in love, and they'll spend stupid money and they'll do stupid things, and then they'll fuck up their whole entire life.
Yeah.
So you just think a man should just live his entire life not being in love and not loving anyone?
I'm saying you can have love for women, but I don't think you should be in love with someone. Because I think if you're in love with someone and you're trying to build something, let's say you're trying to build a large company, or you're trying to build something that's like special, like look at someone like, I don't know, let's say like Steve Jobs, let's say, right? Like he focused solely on his business. Like he wrote an autobiography because he wanted to share something with his kids, because he neglected a lot of his love life and his kids and all that stuff because he wanted to strive for something larger. So I would say, like, if you're building something like special, I don't think you should.
That goes both ways.
Not really.
Because if a woman is building something and focusing on their career, the same thing happens.
Women don't want.
When I be focusing and I be working,
Women
I'm the
don't
best
want.
when I'm like single.
Women. Okay, so the thing about women is this: when they're younger, 23, 22, 21, they say, "Oh, I want to build a career. I want to do all that stuff." And then when they get to like 29, 30, 31, they realize that it's no longer worth it. Because a woman is not valued based on what position she has as a company. That doesn't matter. Like if a woman tells me like she's a VP of like, I don't know, like Cheetos, I'll be like, okay, cool, great. But when you see as a man, like, hey, you're a CEO of this company, you're a vice president of that company, it's status for you because men are competitive by nature. Women are not that competitive. And when they reach that age of 29, 30, 31, they want to settle down, they want to find a partner because women realize that it's not worth fighting for a corporate position when I can take care of my kids, which is way more important in my life.
What? No, that's some women. Not all women want that.
Majority of women, I would say, want kids.
The ones,
Majority of women.
That
Majority of women.
They don't want the career. One doesn't cancel the other.
No, but what I'm saying is you can't have a career and you want to level up in your career if you have kids. You can't.
Yeah, it's going to be hard for you.
People do it. It's just harder.
Exactly.
And
it's
a lot,
harder.
but the thing is, it comes down to the same thing: is that women realize that it's no longer worth it. Why am I working? Why am I working for this corporation when I get no benefits from it? Whereas a man, if a man works continuously, he keeps climbing up the company, he gets the benefits of he gets the status of it, and men are just biologically more competitive.
But how does the woman not get the status? She still is getting status. She is building up her career. She's doing something that she's passionate about. She's changing the world sometimes.
Because women are not that competitive as well. They're just not. Like
if you look, but it's important to her.
Okay, it might be important to her, but what I'm trying to say is that she eventually realizes that it's not worth it. That it's better to have a family. It's better to have kids. It's better to have all those things because that is what matters to most females.
Again, you're generalizing.
Of course, but at the same time, if you look at anywhere outside the world, that's what the world that we live in, right? Sure, there's always going to be an anomaly for every single situation, you can say, but we generalize because that's the majority of what we see.
Yeah, probably.
Right? So, anyways, guys, we're going to wrap up this segment. I hope you guys learned something today. Hope you guys can, take something with knowledge and apply it to your life. Make sure you guys subscribe, follow us on Rumble, Kick, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.